How's it going, guys? So a new Annihilation came out, and it just came out like 16 minutes ago. This is pretty much my first run, and I'm gonna make a full AFK run. I'm that confident. Why saying that it's not really my first run? Because I already was recording it, but then midway through recording, I feel like the game audio was a bit too loud, so I'm retaking this one. So yes, I do have an auto deploy, but it ends at like 80 kills, which is really pointless. I have everything set up. We're just gonna retake this one. All right, let us begin. So disclosure, I would not recommend anyone copy this strategy. My strategy is very poorly optimized. A lot of them are max level and M3, and that is pretty much a requirement. I remember my CN account didn't have Summer Chen skill 1 M3, nor did I have Rosmonte skill 1 M3, nor did I have Weedy skill 2 M3, nor Arkedo skill 1 M3. But everything else was M3 and 90, and that made it stable. Now I have everything's M3, which should make it more stable, but I'm not really sure. Oh, and Silver Ash skill 1 was an M3. But yeah, as you can tell, mainly M3 and level 90s. If you want to find a full AFK run, I would recommend just look at this and maybe look at someone else's as well. Just don't skip my video. Thanks. So let us begin. Obviously, if you want to make a faster run than mine, or if you want to deploy things faster, I would recommend don't bring Texas and Zima. The only reason I brought them was because I don't want to keep hitting skills on Myrtle and Elysium. That's about it. No big reasons there. So this is the most important part of this entire Annihilation, is that you want to reinforce these sand blocks. This will determine if your run is successful or not. Very important. So essentially what you want to do is you want to defend all your operators that are on the field from left, right, and top. And so this is why I'm doing all of these reinforcements. I'm using all of them, all 10 of them, just so I have more space to put down my operators. Like I said, not the most optimized strategy, but I'm 100% sure that this is like super stable. It cannot go wrong. As you can see, Weedy is protected from left, right, and top. So on and so forth. Middle also want one. Put down my Thorns early, even though he will not be doing anything for like the longest time. I'm just gonna put him down first because I don't want to forget about him, and then hurry up and put him down as I panic. I want to make sure that doesn't happen. Then now more DP comes into my way. I can put down a few more operators. Next, maybe I should go for Summer Chen. As usual, you want to put down all of your higher grounds, then put down your like main defender, which is going to be Mudrock in this situation. So this is not my original strategy in my CN account, because when this stage first came out, my Chinese account didn't even have Mudrock. I caught her after the fact, but it was still within this period of this Annihilation. So I did update my strategy to put in Mudrock, and it became way more stable. I'm pretty sure Mudrock is a really good choice here. Now, Thorns will be sitting here for quite a while because there really isn't any enemy coming through the bottom lane yet. That's just for now. Soon he will have something to kill. So don't worry about him for now. Just let him be. He'll be fine. And then soon we can put down... let's put down Silver Ash first. Why not? Silver Ash is facing up. Don't ask me why. I'm just putting him there so that he can deal some damage. If you want to put down another melee operator over there, maybe. Is there any other operator that has a good range for that? Obviously, you can put down Lapland. She will do probably just fine. But I went Silver Ash skill 1 because his skill 1 is fun. But your Summer Chen and your Rosmonte should do most of the job. And then now I can retreat those two, put down Mudrock, which is going to help even more. And then I can put down Siege. Now all we need to do is wait. So the reason Weedy has to be skill 2 is because you see this entire right lane? there will be enemies that tries to go through this right lane and they will break these blocks. So Weedy's skill 2 with extra range, preferably skill 2 M3, but even not M3 you can do this. It's just that more of these blocks will be broken, so faster, earlier, because the sandstorm will break them anyway. So it really doesn't matter. Having the extra range, definitely better. If you don't have the extra range, doesn't matter. Arcado is just like an extra damage there, just to aid Weedy. And obviously helping my Rosmontis and Summer Chen gain more SP over time, since both of their skill 1 gain SP by dealing damage. So that is why Arcado is such a good choice. Remember back in the day when I recommended everyone to pull Arcado, and then people in my like in my should you pull Arcado video, people were like, but we already have Ashe and extra. I'm just gonna prove all of you wrong. She's such a good operator. This is my told you moment. This is my told you moment. She is super good. And obviously, whenever we want some DPS, we can just, you know, drag that over. We have three chances to use this if we really must. But I'm pretty sure this will be completely fine. There's no way I can lose this. Hopefully. Just don't screw up when I say that I'm so confident I can do it in my first try and then just fail. That would be really awkward. But I'm pretty sure this is perfectly fine. So Thorn's first time activating his skill. This position is a bit harder to activate his skill. Give him a bit of time. And Thorn's skill ended. Let's get ready for the second one. So, hopefully everything will go fine and Thorns will have his skill activated soon. After this, I will have to do my daily CC as well. Oh, I forgot to upload daily CCs, haven't I? Ooh, we will see how that goes. Because I don't really want to upload 2 videos on the same day. I think the YouTube algorithm is just going to screw me over, so I probably won't do that. We'll see later on if I'm going to do more daily CC videos. But now, this is the main part. Also, not going to lie, I don't really like CC. If you didn't know, as my old-time viewer, many people actually know that I don't really like CC personally. Not because I don't like challenge, I love challenge. Exactly why I bought Elden Ring and I'm super enjoying it. Oh, by the way, Elden Ring is so fun. Elden Ring is so freaking fun. I'm addicted, man. I'm addicted. But aside from that, I feel like CC, it's hard, right? It's challenging. It doesn't add too much to my experience. I prefer roguelike, and roguelike is coming really soon as well. So I would much rather look forward to that than more CCs. And yeah, especially the hardest part for me is that both CN and Global have CC at roughly the same time. I'm currently experiencing CC Season 6 and CC Season 8 at the same time. Can you imagine how painful that is? Don't need it. It's just more daily time as well, like more daily grind to do when I have like work and other games to play. Don't really need 2 CCs. So everything is going smoothly. I don't see any problem. If you don't remember about this mechanic, some of these little bugs that spawn will decrease your operator's attack speed. Those are the worst. That is why I have so many like AoE hit or at least hit multiple target operators on the front line, like Mudrock AoE, Summer Chen, Rosmontis, both AoE, and then Blaze at least hits like 3 at the same time. The only reason I picked this sort of operators to begin with is exactly because of that. If you don't have the AoE capability, they will just cling onto you, and then the after coming enemies will just flood through. It's really painful. Back in the day when I tried to do this manually, and then I was like, nah, I'm too lazy. I just want to do AFK mode, and then AFKs ended up being easier. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I would say that's the best thing about Annihilation though. Like, rotating Annihilations, sometimes you can see like, oh my god, this is just more work to do just to get the same reward every single week, and it's so much grind. Which I kind of agree. It is a very long run every single time. But also, like, some of these older mechanics, you can have a new way to look at them. Remember the first time when we see these mechanic in, I think it was the Rainbow Six Siege collab event? I went like full AoE caster mode. Nowadays, do you see any AoE casters on the field? I went AoE snipers. Yeah, AoE snipers. Way easier. Physical is the way to go, man. Physical damage is the way to go in this game right now. I would say what really changes that is when, especially casters, like when casters really shine, it's roughly about when Golden Glow shows up, which is like, Golden Glow is such an interesting operator. I really love her for how much she brings to the game. If you don't know yet, Golden Glow is like 6-star click, if you can think of it that way, and she's very fun to play with. Like, her most interesting skill, and the skill I love to use the most, isn't even like her most powerful, quote unquote, highest DPS skill. I just prefer like the more interesting skills, if you know what I mean. Arknights is almost 3 years old in CN now, and I think that we need more of these interesting operators that also has enough damage. Don't get me wrong, I don't want them to be weak, because weak plus interesting doesn't really go anywhere, but like interesting plus enough strength makes the perfect operator, in my opinion. I don't need like OP operators anymore. We have way too many of them. Summer Chan, Surtur, Silver Ash as a starting operator, starting 6 stars, still being like one of the best till nowadays. This game is already insane in that aspect. I prefer more interesting stuff. And as we speak, we are reaching 300 kills. So easy. This Annihilation is so easy, as long as you have enough AoE. Like, I will say this as many times as I need. Bring AoE damage. Oh, that's why I have Siege skill 2 as my backup here, because the moment anything comes into this range, skill 2 hits and it's AoE damage. Especially like these bugs that can slow your attack speed, they're so annoying, and that is why Siege AoE kills all of them. Perfect. Get your AoEs. If you don't have AoE damage, you're kind of screwed. Now thinking about it, Arknights is really old, eh? By June of this year, I would have played the game for 3 years. I did join CN like about a month late, but I'm still like one of the earliest to play, I would say, compared to a lot of people that are playing the game nowadays. I know a lot of people who joined the game later than I did and still went up being like one of the top players. But yeah, oh my god, this game is old. Is that why I feel like we're lacking a bit of new content nowadays? Ah, except for roguelike. Roguelike, like the new roguelike, so good. So good. Even though it's a short burst, because I've already figured everything out, but that's because I had plenty of time because of COVID and such. When we get roguelike, we should have a lot of fun and a lot of time. Like, the average players should have a lot of fun because there's so many varieties. Not to say there will be like another new roguelike coming our way this year. Oh, Hypergriff, you're getting better. You're getting better at the game. I'm making the game. I'm really happy about it. I don't want to leave Arknights. Like, my love for Arknights have never faded. You know how like sometimes you play a game for long enough and then you don't get hyped about things happening in that game anymore? That's never happened to me in Arknights. I'm still super excited about like every single new operator that's dropping. When I see a new mechanic that's really difficult, I'm like, this is what I'm looking for. To have fun, right? And 350 kills. I will say it again. This Annihilation, super easy. Also, do not underestimate Rosmata's skill 1. She's super good. Also, Summer Chen's skill 1. Just because skill 3 is good, don't underestimate her skill 1 as well. She is a very strong operator, even without skill 3. And I just realized I didn't even bring a single medic. Scotty was enough. See, I was just saying, like, we have way too many OP operators in this game, and this Annihilation just proves my point. Back when this mechanic first showed up in Rainbow Six Siege, I remember like struggling super hard. Nowadays, look at this. What is this? It's super easy. You don't even need to think. You don't even need to like do anything, and then it's already done. And then back then it was like, oh my god, this boss is so hard. How do I kill this many bugs? Ah, the good old days. When are we gonna get Rainbow Six Siege Collab 2 then? Because I remember, according to the story, we can get 2 more operators from there, right? Hopefully that happens sometime soon. Oh, by the way, you saw those enemies that tried to break this block? That's why Silver Ash is facing up. I forgot why I put him there, but now I remember. Very important to put Silver Ash there. Now I clearly remember. One of my earliest runs, I had that broken and the whole thing just breaks because Blaze was getting hit by the sandstorm, and then the enemies could just run through, and there was nothing defending this line except for like one operator that you could put there, which is where Siege is now, and that just wasn't enough. Having that one operator dealing with that, very important. Very, very important. And that is it. Full double speed, full AFK mode. As promised, the last one was only 81 kills. I didn't lie, okay? If you didn't trust me, now you watch the whole thing, you would know I wasn't telling the truth. Thank you. So, yep, it was quite the easy run, I would say. It's quite lengthy. That is because this strategy isn't really that optimized. I'm pretty sure you can go sub 30 minutes really easily if you optimize it a bit more better. But as a pure AFK run, I would say that's pretty good. So that's it for this video. I hope to see you guys sooner than later, because we're going to have something really, really exciting coming really soon after this CC. And I want to talk a lot about it. So let's wait for that and see when we get the announcement for it. Then you'll see my video for it. I'll see you guys then. And maybe CC. Bye.